Okay, so we are motoring into the wind as usual. I mean, we could sail, but we're in a bit of a rush. We're heading up to Palau, meeting up with some of Alex's friends from Sardinia, which is going to be cool. Meet some locals. And then this evening we've got a couple of friends flying down from London to join us for a week, which is going to be really, really nice. It's meant that this week we've tried to just get as much work as possible done on the boat and work stuff done, because you know, we want to be able to have a good time with our friends and host and things. So it's been a busy week. We haven't moved very much. We've just been hanging around here in sort of northern Sardinia, just moving very slowly, looking for good Wi-Fi, not finding it, and getting ready for them to come. I was way too zoomed in on the last one.
This is Palau, on the northern coast of Sardinia, a place whose sole existence is basically to ferry tourists from mainland Sardinia across to the Maddalena island archipelago. We weren't planning on stopping here, but it was a good place to pick people up from the airport and provision. Finally come up from my pit. I've been watching these videos. I haven't really helped Lars at all with sailing. Yeah, we just arrived in Palau and we're gonna go meet up with some friends of mine that I lived in Spain with, which is really cool. Well, one of them I lived in Spain with and the other one is a friend of his who I ended up knowing in London as well, which is really cool. It was really nice to have some locals show us around for the day. We sailed with them across to a small port town called Porto Rafael. It's not really on the tourist route and it's been a go-to destination for celebrities trying to dodge paparazzi since the 60s.
This is cool, isn't it?
It's really nice.
Such a cool little spot.
There's amazing a cat garden.
Hey, dude.
We said goodbye to our Sardinian friends and picked up our friends from the UK who was going to stay with us for a week, Seb and Funny. Even if it's a squeeze on board, we always love being able to share the boat with some friends.
Did anybody try out the hammock?
Yes, yeah. I did. It was very swingy.
Oh, because there was a bit of swell, wasn't there?
Yeah. I am pretty sure I gave myself another bout of seasickness just from getting in the hammock.
What you need to do is grab a bungee and attach the bungee to one side and then to like a stay or something, and it just dampens the...
That's for next time.
I'm not held.
Your knots did hold. They hold wonderfully.
I know. Who would have thought? Our first stop was at the stunning anchorage called Cala Coticcio on the Maddalena Islands, where incredible rock formations jet out of the water and the water is crystal clear. It's so picture perfect that it's been nicknamed Tahiti Cove by the locals. That's too shallow, Lars. What do you think?
Alright, let's go on.
I don't know. Don't you think? What do you think?
I think you're right. There are boats in there.
Yeah, what, like sailboats? How do you feel about it?
It's hard to tell how big this is. Let's go have a look.
I just feel like there's a lot of boats.
What is it called? The Dead Man's Passage?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Sounds encouraging.
Yeah.
Alright, so great. Because it's in the pilot book. It's something you can do.
That looks really shallow. Lars, back up, back up. I think we're on a rock, Lars.
Yeah, okay.
Are we on a rock?
No, I don't think so.
You're good in front, I think. What is that? Like, who even knows? This looks okay again. I think that was probably the worst of it, to be honest. Lars has gone through this passage called Dead Man's Passage, and we're the only sailboat that seems to be on the other side. I really genuinely thought we were on rocks for a moment.
I mean, it's as tight as it gets.
And we're at it again.
Big rock.
You're good? Look at that. Pretty terrifying. Oh, port. Another rock there. I feel really relieved right now. So we're in the spot in between 3 of the islands here. I don't know any more than that.
So we're just about to go and do some yoga and go for an explorer, and the motorboat next to us pointed out that he has very, very little chain. Piccolo, dice, anyways, a very little chain. And if the wind came north, we'd swing onto it probably. So we've moved. It's funny how you immediately want to be defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, we were here first or something.
Yeah, I know.
Like, are you gonna move or are we gonna move? And it's like, whatever. I think they were here first anyway.
They definitely were, like, you know, they've been here
It's
for a
just that
while.
when we set the anchor, the wind was coming from the east,
Uh-huh.
and then we swing around.
Also, it's just before night. The night's coming, so he's probably just like, I'm gonna say it now.
Yeah.
Thought this was a cure. Thought now I was fine. Tried every drug once to stay high. Thought you were the one, and I was fine. I was wrong. I'm always wrong.
We've given up. Turning around. Path has disappeared. What happened?
We tried to look for a path, tried to go to the pink beach, and didn't manage.
Didn't manage.
Just got scratched up legs instead.
So it is sometimes alright.
Yeah, like, you can't know, you just gotta prep for being able to. Gotta bring money, phone, water, hat, sun cream, and see what happens. And I'm happy to go for a swim now anyway.
Yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
To be honest, you always win.
First time healing.
Just don't die.
6.69.
Dying.
So Lars, do you want to tell us what you're doing in here?
I'm checking the water level in the batteries. Because batteries like this have water in them that evaporates over time as you charge them, and you've got to top it up every now and then. And it's really hard to get my head in enough to actually see how full they are. But most of them look okay. This one needs a bit. Do you mind topping up my my glass?
Of course. Thing.
Lars had the genius idea of trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and practice some freediving whilst marking out 5-meter intervals on the anchor chain so that we know how much chain we're laying out. Although he did seem to have fun and enjoy the challenge, this ended up being way more difficult than necessary. It was only when we came to lift the anchor the next day that we realised they'd all fallen off.
Nice job. Woo.
Someone got caught.
Fun moment when it got caught down there. Like when I had imagined it in my head, I was like, 5 meter depth, whatever. Like
Yeah.
a lot. I forgot that we had like freediving depths all around us.
Yeah. That was 16.3.
It's not even the depth. How long did you spend down there?
A minute 20.
So each one was a proper dive.
Yeah.
But added to the fact that it was a proper dive, you had to do all these knots.
Yeah, exactly.
You go back and forth again.
Really smooth,
Flat, smooth.
flat surface.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even a dock, it's like a road.
We messed up.
Nice.
Road in the sea.
We messed up.
How do we mess up, Lars?
We debated whether we bring the yoga mat or not.
I feel like we're about
We
to
didn't
just
even
break
debate
into
it.
rap or something.
Yeah. Throw down.
We're now anchored just off the island of Spargi in the Maddalena Islands, which we hadn't heard much about before arriving. But it's absolutely incredible, a nature haven with lush hills interspersed with big boulders, and we were the only ones there. We didn't know it at the time, but it's a privately owned island and completely uninhabited except for one villa. We actually ended up meeting the owner later on, who was a lovely guy in his late 30s, who invited us for a coffee the next day. But it's just around the corner. We've just come to the top of the hill. Are we coming out again?
Well, that was in the way. You get a weird vibe, right?
I feel like a prison cell or something.
But it used to be nice. Look at these tiles. Painted wall.
There's even some tea bags in there.
That, a comb!
Yeah.
That's random.
Very
Wait,
big,
tape measure. This feels like some kind of like Cluedo game.
Yeah, that's exactly what Lars was saying.
So this is like
A meat grinder. A meat grinder?
It must be the meat grinder.
Oh my gosh. Should I go in?
Mr. Sold.
It's an actual home. So, what's that, the toilet?
Yeah.
This is creepy. Dum dum dum.
Why is he wearing that here?
Okay, so it's a really pretty island, but there are also some fairly big questions, such as why there appears to be an entire tunnel complex built into the rocks.
This is ridiculous.
Come look down here. There's literally.
You guys have to come up here.
Okay, one sec. We're just looking at the tunnel first.
That's not for water. It's not a well.
What is that?
That's a tunnel.
And like there's steps up here and everything. This is all for something. There's like a reason.
There's another bit down there.
Oh yeah?
Another opening.
Look at these steps just like carved into the rock.
Military type thing, because
Oh, maybe it
Napoleon
was.
apparently- Napoleon tried to take over the Maddalena Islands.
Could be that. But there was an American base on some of the Maddalena Islands as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up until like recently. I'm convinced that there's like weirdos on the island.
Cannibals.
Cannibals on the island.
There was that mattress on the wall. That was fucking creepy.
Well,
That-
why
yeah.
did they put the mattresses on the wall? I mean,
That was very creepy.
That was weird.
Thanks for watching this far, and if you like this video, then hit subscribe to follow along. Join us next time as we check out the town of Maddalena. We pick up my brother as an extra crew member. Lars gives a Sailing 101 class. We have an accident with the outboard, and we sail across to the Corsican islands of Lavezzi before sailing to the western point of Sardinia.
Is there a scratch on the lens?
Probably. Yeah?
Is that a scratch or is that just a smudge?